Welcome to another Watch Me Practice session, this time with a Meditation from Thaïs. And I'm super excited for this one because this is one of the most beautiful and also most famous encores you can possibly imagine for violinists. And this piece, it really goes straight to your heart, and it also brings the tears to your eyes if you play it emotionally and create the right atmosphere through your playing. And this is why we are here today, because I'm going to show you my best tips and tricks to get this piece right. So first, let's think about what kind of atmosphere we want to create in this piece, so we have our musical goals in mind. And if you are completely new to this piece, I suggest that you start only learning the notes and the fingerings without bowings, rhythm, or even paying too much attention to intonation. So you have really the chance to focus on the basics. And then after a few days, when you really feel well with the notes, start introducing the intonation, bowings, rhythm, and everything into your play. And like this, you will learn it so much faster. So you maybe ask yourself now, how without bowings, without rhythm? Okay, I'll show you. So only concentrate on the good sound and the fingerings and the notes you have to learn. That's all. So I know this piece very well because I have performed it for years. So I will now hop right into the interpretation level, but will practice with you together a few pieces for intonation, sound and articulation. Let's start with the andante religioso. I want to create a very fluid, light and pure sound which is moved by emotion. And you can shape this of course with the sound and vibrato, and also play with the length of the notes and even wait a little if you need to. That way you create a real musical meaning instead of just playing the notes in tempo. And I will show you now a few examples in the Thaïs meditation. So to start, for this fluid sound, really light weight of the arm, nice motion. And see how I play here with the tempo. It's not straight. I have a little bit of time here and there. Like here. So here it is really important to have time and wait. You can see in the notes there is written rallentando, which means wait a little, okay? Leave your time, breathe, and then start again. So let's do this once again. Wait even more. And then you go on. In the next passage you also see, well, you have to be in tempo but not be too much in tempo or go forward too much. So I will play this passage for you. here also know the tempo, of course play in tempo until you get the rhythm right, but then be a little bit flexible, because this is where the music comes from, right? Not playing with a metronome the whole time. So if you have a look at the score, you will notice that this piece has a middle part which is quite in contrast to the beginning and ending. It's called animando, and it's sadly often not taken too seriously by violinists, so be aware of this tempo change. If you do it too little, you can't really notice it, so have a good feeling for this change. Also, the whole atmosphere will be a little bit more agitated. Before it was meditative, really calm, soothing, and now there is something going on. So here is now the time to do something. Okay, so know this change so you know what to do. And the last passage where you have to be really aware of the tempo is right before you get back into the normal tempo. So I will play this for you again. So again, rallentando, and if you are asking yourself now, but how do I know how to get in the right tempo and how do I know how much time I need? So I would say take a breath. So one breath would be the right amount of time to go back into the normal tempo. So those were the passages for the right tempo and how to deal with those. So now let's get into a few technical difficulties. So I remember when I started this piece, and even now from time to time I really have to concentrate on the intonation, because intonation is always a little tricky. Always know intonation comes first from your ears, so your inner ear has to be really active so that you can hear the sound before you play it, so your fingers really know what to do, okay? So I will show you now how I work on the intonation on this piece, and it works pretty well mostly all the time. So you have to be sure that your violin is really well tuned, okay? So check this. Okay, mine is tuned, so if I start the beginning, you will play now without vibrato, okay? Also, if you play for intonation, don't really think about rhythm and the other things first, because now you really want to get into this inner ear action and listen. I play it very often with open strings. It can sound a little crazy and dissonant, of course, sometimes, but for me it's a really great way to improve the intonation. So it would be like this. Repeat it. If it's not right, repeat it until it's get right, okay? It gets right. Here I left my first finger on its position and created double steps. So this is what it sounds like if you play with open strings, and it works very well. Try it out. Another difficult passage is when the shifts come up. So I will show you here how to do it. great way to know how the E should sound, try and flageolet. And then press the finger so you have the perfect intonation. Now relax before the shift, because if you come with too much tension from up in the third position, it can also create a little discomfort, I would say. Relax. And go on with the intonation like we did it, slowly with open strings, or just listening from every note to the next so you know what to do. So another passage which I think is important to have an eye on is the one which is written poco più appassionato. So this one you have to play with lots of bow and lots of lightweight sound, and it's great to know a little bit more about the bow speed. So I will play this one for you. It's really the best thing to make lots of repetitions so your right hand knows what to do and the right speed. And you can try this one also on open strings first, so you know what to do. Like this, big movements with lots of bow. Do it 20 times if you have to, okay? Add vibrato. And here you have a passage where you can show a little bit more wildness, a little bit more articulation. So do it also from the right hand, add a little bit of vibrato, and then you are very good to go for this passage. Be really passionate and outgoing. Now if you get to the ending of this piece, it's really calm again. You want it to fade out, like get an even more relaxed than it was. And again, play with the time, okay? You can see I don't play straight the bow, but I make like little pauses and movements with my bow, right? And the sound is more flautando. You want it to be so pure, so light, like almost transcendent. And again, with the playing with the tempo, then it's perfect. So this is practically everything you have to have in mind. Of course, in this piece there goes a lot of practice. You have to do every note, every fingering, again, every shift. Yeah, this means the video should be over now. So this was my Meditation from Thaïs practice session. I really hope you enjoyed practicing with me. Let me know your comments in the comments, your questions and ideas, and also, yeah, let me know what you learned for your own practice. That would be really interesting for me. If you want to join our little practice community here, we're slowly growing, I think, but I would be super happy to welcome you here too. And now, happy practice and see you in the next video.